Hey guys, Super Duper S.P here, and today I'm gonna give you a review because I haven't done one in ages. And before you say the last video was a review, then you're wrong because it doesn't say review in the title. Joke. Okay, let's begin. Far Cry Primal is obviously a different game from the whole Far Cry franchise itself, but don't use this as an excuse to think it's trashed everything that the other games did. The game starts out with our hero's journey almost ending. Dakar, our main character, is left stranded after his fellow Wenja clan members are killed by a saber-toothed tiger. Dakar later discovers that there are signs of nearby Wenja, so he tracks them down in a cave, to then be ambushed again by another saber-toothed tiger. What a coincidence. After some conflict, him and his new friend Sailor find the sacred land of Oros, but the land is filled with opposing clans such as the Izila and Udam, whilst the old Wenja clan is scattered across the land. You must reunite the people of Wenja clan and rise above your enemies. Overall, the story sounds engaging, especially because it's in the prehistoric stage, but it's a bit different to the previous two. By the way, I only played Far Cry 3 and 4, so I don't really have much to say about Far Cry 1 and 2. But yeah, before our characters are captured and learn to survive as we play, but in this game, Taka already knows how to survive on his own. Now we go on to the presentation. Far Cry Primal, like most other games, looks stunning and maintains its frame rate well, but I think it actually maintains this better than Far Cry 4. Before, I used to always see graphical glitches in the previous games, and also think that she used to just look really terribly rendered sometimes, but this game actually improves the whole series graphically and redefines how it looks. This may sound stupid, but whilst playing the game I actually didn't hear much music, so I can't really review the music, so let's go on to gameplay. If it wasn't obvious by the fact that this game is set in 10,000 BCE, then you must be stupid to think this game has guns. This drastically changes the gameplay with almost everything. Instead of guns, which are mainly used to fire projectiles, Taka uses 3 main weapons to get the job done. A club, which is good for crowd control and combo damage, a spear, which is useful for quick bursts on a single individual, and the signature bow and arrow for stealth or for long range combat. All of these weapons can be upgraded and some have different variants for different tactics, but I won't spoil these for you. Along with these 3 main weapons are quite a lot of side weapons such as firebombs or quick fire shards. You can even use traps, but I tend to only use those on people in combat. Oh yeah, speaking of combat, I actually feel like Ubisoft messed it up, because instead of strategizing outposts or forts or going through plenty of trial and error, I often found myself running straight into an area and just one-shotting most enemies and spamming the heavy guys, whilst my beast was doing the same thing. In the previous games I used to go through a lot of trial and error when I tried to rush in, but then I was forced to find a new tactic from this, which used to be stealth most of the time. But in this game I never really feel challenged enough to have to resort to stealth, because stealth is also broken. Enemies can see you from almost anywhere, and no, before you say it, doing things at night doesn't make you less visible. Well, from my own experiences at least. At least the exploration aspect is decent. You have a lot of areas to discover and fast travel points. The fast travel points are really useful for when you want to do things like undiscover an area, collecting collectibles, and also for going to certain hunting spots. It's also really easy to be sidetracked with exploration and randomized side quests. And I actually think the game does this well by putting a population meter as well, which also does nothing but for some reason gave me the urge to rise it up. There are also caves which are described in this game as mazes with collectibles in them, but I wouldn't describe them as mazes because there's not a lot of paths to take in them anyway. There's not much of these in the game, and there are not really rare collectibles in there anyway, so they're next to useless. Overall the gameplay is lacking, but it's still average at best, even though it's really repetitive. Oh wait, I almost forgot the currency system. In Far Cry Primal there is no currency, but in a way, I would say the resources around you like wood, slate and clay are your currency, but also your building blocks too. That is all. In conclusion, I think Far Cry Primal is like most other current day series which are on 8th gen consoles. They look better, but the gameplay is lacking options. Like seriously, when I'm using melee it feels like I'm playing the Elder Scrolls Online. But all of that aside, I give this game a 6 out of 10. It's too repetitive, its base is perfect, but the filling is terrible. So guys, this has been Super Duper S.P with a review. I haven't done one in a while, so I decided to make this one. Tell me how I did, please, because I spent quite a lot of time on this. and I'd love to get some feedback. So yeah, Super Duper S.P out. Good day.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.